Chapter 57, The Dandelions. In the space of a week, Anna had deteriorated so much. At the start of the week, she could take some food, medication, and water, but by the end of the week, only little sips of water and some medication. At that time, I would be busy and attentive to every need of Anna and of Rachel and Jack, too, and of all the people who came to see Anna during those last days, and I tried to be the efficient, diligent, and caring husband and father. The reality was, though, I was an emotional and mental wreck. It wasn't easy, and that was why I drank to get through the day. When grief, torment, and lack of hope, fueled by alcohol, take a grip of one's heart and mind, strange events begin to assume life, and the most bizarre thoughts gain a sense of reality. I was sat on the conservatory steps listlessly looking on when I noticed the yellow top of a dandelion had forced its way through the hardest of concrete, and it was now living its life to the full under the big, blue sky of July above. When you drink with regularity and without much cessation, reality becomes distorted, and I suppose that's fertile ground for extraordinary thoughts of desperation to seed and grow. How does a dandelion force itself through the concrete, I thought, and if it can do that to secure life, maybe the roots which bury themselves deep in the earth can do the same for Anna. I can see the total stupidity of it now when looking back, but at that time, it took a deep hold of me, and I started to dig up these little plants, cut off the deepest part of the root, crush them, and feed them to Anna. When the doctor attended one night, just before it was getting dark, I asked, Nay told him the idea, and I can remember him being very uncomfortable sat there next to a man expounding such a notion and in such a desperate, mad way that all he could do was reply, maybe. But he knew it wasn't to be done and merely shook his head upon leaving at a man maddened by torment and dispossessed of his reason by drink and madness. I do think now that it was some state of madness I was in at that time. It must have been, as why else would I have convinced Jack to go and get a torch and bring a spade, so that we could go search for dandelions in the moonlight of the night by the woods? But I did. I deeply regret it now that I see the reality, but at the time, I couldn't, and I saw only reality in impassioned imagination.